Yeah, what's going on, y'all? I'm Haylo Da G.O.D, aka Dirty Haylo, and we're gonna talk about the rabbit hole, y'all. Let's talk about it.
There's no stronger power than the truth.
A lot of people want to know what is the rabbit hole. Like, rabbit hole is basically a metaphor. It's a metaphor for it's basically my sunken place. Like, and I feel like that's where a lot of us are at right now. Like, a lot of people are not really dealing with reality. And you know what I mean? I feel like I was at that point. I was there, not dealing with reality. You know what I'm saying? Living in my own bubble. And yeah, the rabbit hole just symbolizes that. Like me just moving through the chaos, trying to find my way out. And everything that comes with this EP comes from the rabbit hole. Me from that place. You sleep. And that's just basically me talking from a sleep state. Sleepwalkers is what I like to call them. So this is me sleepwalking. It's the latest project we gonna put out. Little EP. It's the first in a 3-part series. We're gonna follow that shit up with the Escape from Wonderland that's coming up. It's like I'm a big fan of the Matrix, right? So it's like Matrix is probably my favorite movie of all time. So I did a mixtape not too long ago, a couple of years back, called There Is No Spoon. And I mean, I always told myself that I was just gonna stay in that lane. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily dwelling in the Matrix. It's just taking little bits and pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like ideas, concepts from the Matrix, and then putting them in a song format. Like the whole red pill. The whole red pill concept to me was just so dope. That red pill is just a symbol of just waking people up, and I feel like that's what the state of hip hop is in right now. Hip hop, music industry in general. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of y'all sleep, man. A lot of y'all need to wake up. It's that time. Yeah, I mean, we've been asleep for too long, I feel like. So this is the first step in that journey. You know what I mean? I guess you could say this was the step of me waking up. The intro was basically like it was just like a spoken word, like just me spelling at the time, like just basically went in the booth and I said what I said, and we was just basically trying to, me and Kimbo 304, shout out to the Kimbo 304, my brother. We and him was in the studio. We was just trying to like figure out a way that we could just beef that intro up and make it better. You know, we throwing ideas back and forth, you know, like trying to picking different sound effects, and we sitting in the studio, you know what I mean, engineering our own shit. And he found like this like an angelic type, like symphony type shit. Basically took that and, you know what I'm saying, he looped like a good part and put all the effects and shit he did it with. You know what I mean? And we basically just turned that intro into something special. Boys wound up coming into the studio later on that day. Shout out to the Boys of Life. He basically like I wanted the intro to seem like I was talking to myself, like it's a bunch of chaos in my head. So it's basically like you hear me saying what I'm saying. You hear the lightning and the thunder, and you hear all of this extra shit in the background, and then you also hear Boys like calling me through all the chaos. Like, he's trying to like get my attention. You know what I mean? Because I'm stuck here, trying to still figure my way out. And that's Boys. You know what I'm saying? He's calling me, yo, love, what up? And that shit turned into some movie shit. Really, like, I love the way that shit came out. But yeah, that's the intro. You know what I mean? And Stranded. Stranded, the first track on the album. That's the so I can explain this. Like, Stranded is kind of like self-explanatory, like the title itself. Boys found the L sample, and the sample was basically saying you left me stranded with a twisted heart. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, like when you get a sample like that, it kind of like guides you to where you want, what you want to do with a track. And this was one of them cases. It was really quick and to the point, and I think I got my point across on this joint. It's basically how I was feeling at that time when I wrote it. Like, you know, it was a lot of, I felt it was a lot of backstabbing, and you know what I mean, it was a lot of snake shit that I was dealing with at that time. And you know, I felt like I just needed it, like, just to write it out sometimes. Like sometimes you just, that's my woo song. Like I write, you know, I just basically put it all on the pad, boy. Like, you know, left that shit in the booth. Yeah. It was one of them joints though. Like, that's one of them joints you just put on, like, when you feel like it's you against the world. That's how I was feeling at the time. Like, I felt like it was me against the world. You know what I mean? I felt like it really wasn't as many people in my corner as it was in the beginning. Like, you know what I mean? When you just turn around and you realize, like, yo, things has changed. Like, things are changing. And, yeah. Stranded with a twist of heart. Fight and fuck. Fuck and fight. Yeah, that's my Break Up the Makeup song. That's definitely one for the ladies. It's a song that basically just talk about, like, you know, everybody's everyday relationships. Like, everybody that's ever been in a real relationship, that's ever loved someone. Not even love. Like, if you ever just dealt with somebody, I think you can relate to this song. Like, it's just basically a song about an everyday relationship. Arguing with your chick, making up with your chick. Fight and fuck, you fucking fight. Shout out to Brent. She bodied that hoe. Kimbo 304. He basically linked all of that up. You know what I mean? He got it in the booth. I basically wrote the hook. I did the reference, and she heard the reference. She went in the booth and she bodied that shit. And shout out to Brent. You did your thing on that. Song came out crazy to me. And I even made my little debut singing loop. Like, you've been a bad, bad girl. Yo, what? R&B album coming soon. Shout out to the boy Kimbo 304 on that one, man. He produced the fuck out that track, yo. I basically I wrote that song out, and I basically spit the shit for him. The boy made that track right there on the spot, boy. Like, it was he had that shit done within like 20 minutes too. Boy, that's one thing about Kimbo 304, man. When that boy get inspired, yeah, ain't really no stop. That's one of my favorite joints on that album. Like, you know, when I'm feeling sexy, growing sexy. Yeah, like, that's probably the song that I get the most feedback on. You know, basically, I'm a real private person, so for me to open up like that on the track, like, and, you know, show that side of me, you know, but yeah, fight and fuck, you fight. Check that shit out, man. You gonna like that one. Yeah, now, Haylo's Law, Sax Talk. That was a 2-part joint. The first part, Haylo's Law, I had that beat for a while. I actually recorded that joint a while back. You know, Boards actually wound up redoing the beat. And the second part, that shit came out fire. I basically told him, like, yo, bro, we should take that first part. You know what I mean? Like, basically, like, mix the joints together, like, make it two. And so he basically did that for me, like, you know what I'm saying? It was a 2-part song. Like, Haylo's Love is the first part. Shout out to the boy David Stones, man. He came through with that verse. That nigga started spilling, like, that day he started spilling in the store. Like, I was like, yeah, this is exactly what we needed on this track. Like, nigga came through. Then I finished it up with a verse after that. Like, Stones brought that energy to the song. Like, he just brings like this type of energy to a song, bro. Like if you really paying attention to the song, like, and even our people, like, afterwards, after we recorded it and got it mixed and everything, like, the beginning of the song, I kind of sound laid back, but it was like the way that the energy level that Stones brings the song up to, like, I had to come behind him with that and match that same energy. I couldn't come back with that laid back flow again. It just went in a match. But that's the type of artist that Stones is. Came through with that verse, boy. So shout out to David Stones on that, man. Like, I got Hope chill. Yeah, no chill. That's probably my favorite joint right there on the EP. No chill. It probably mean the most to me because how the song came about. First of all, the song is just basically about just having enough. Like when your back is against the wall and you ain't really got no other place but to go before it. And whether it's in the face of the adversaries, your oppressor. Fuck that, this that, and that turn to that buck back. Where I'm from, we don't eat, they use dinner plates to cut crack. Exposed to it at an early age, beyond my years as a rug rat. Too smart to starve a homie bound, telling me I need to dumb it down. No, man, it's kind of self-explanatory, man. That song speaks for itself. Like that song came about basically in the height of all this, the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Like I was watching a documentary and it was like, it was on police brutality and just the mistreatment of minorities and it was one of those. And in the documentary it was a scene where like there was a dude who was standing and like in the streets with like a pair of headphones on. And in front of him was like a line of cops. They got their guns drawn and all of that, and he's just standing there with his hands, by his side, and he got his headphones on, and he's just looking at me like this blank face. And I asked myself, like, what would that dude be listening to? If that was me, what would I be listening to at that moment? So, I made the song, like, no spins, no love, no doors open. I'm used to that, abused and trapped, deny the truth, can't dispute the facts, we still dying. I lost my best friend at 12, his mama's still crying. We still at war, they still fighting. Both hands up, they still firing, so fuck that. Like, I made a song that, if you was in that position, you could bump that. It's that front line music, that, and we ain't having this shit, like, enough is enough. So be angry, be mad, get upset, throw something. And you got every right to do. Don't let nobody tell you different. No chill. In you we trust. Oh man. Shout out to the boy Rob Report on that. In you we trust, babe. It's like that's something that we in Fallout we used to say to each other, like, yo, in you we trust, because that's basically how we felt, like all we got is us. Yeah, that song basically, it speaks for itself. That's just me and Jumbo doing what we do best, back and forth, you know what I mean, going bar for bar. Like, that's my partner, that's my right hand man, so it just feel good to have him home, and feel good to, just to be back in the stool, doing what we love to do. I mean, we got deprived of that for way too long, so it's like, we got a lot of catching up to do. So this is a little snippet of what's to come, because my nigga Jimmy is on some shit, and yeah, man, I don't even think niggas is ready for that. But yeah, we trust.
On the front line, I don't mind. Great clouds of sunshine. Course time. Sun that mean I stays up.
Front line, I don't mind. That's just me taking a big shit. That's just me being funny. I ain't really get too serious on that. I even play with my voice a little bit on that shit. Sometimes that's what you gotta do, man. Sometimes you gotta take a shit on the hate. You gotta shit on these niggas. That's just me taking a shit on this industry. That's me taking a shit on all the haters, all the naysayers, all the people that said I was never gonna mount the night, all the people that counted me out. That was me just taking a big shit on them and smush it in your face. And then sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you just gotta put all that nice shit to the side and that nice guy shit to the side. You gotta just take a shit on them motherfuckers. Sometimes you gotta do that, man. And you ain't wrong for that.
It's the fear that put the doubt in me. I'm an inch away from making it.
Rabbit Hole 2. That's the second intro. I can't even call that shit an intro. Like the second Rabbit Hole 2 is just basically another spoken word, another just me going in the booth and just spitting. Shout out to my boy CG. He basically did the same shit that Boys did for me on the first joint. He came and did it on the second Rabbit Hole joint. But I wanted him to be like a negative voice, and he nailed that shit. Like basically negating everything I was saying. And he came in and he did that shit, he bodied that shit. Shout out to the boy Kimbo 304 too. You can hear him on that track too, in the background. His little sadistic voice. That nigga sound like a demon. But yeah. That shit was crazy though, like the way that shit came out.
It was as shocking as it was sudden. A little boy disappears on his way to school, never to be seen again.
Milk Carton
In a
Kid.
desperate attempt to find him, based
That's
on
probably the
stories
deepest
on
track on the album. And in my opinion, that song that one song sums up what I'm talking about on this whole EP. Like the title alone, Milk Carton Kid. That's how it came along, because that's how I'm feeling. Like, you know, even a grown ass man, I'm still feeling lost. Like, you know, sometimes Kilo 304, he made that beat, produced that, played me the track. And when I mean that song, and that beat just spoke to me, and he could vouch for this. Like, we was in the studio when the beat played, like I was sitting on the couch, and the beat played, like it kind of like possessed me, bro. I just I got up, I just stood up, and I just started spilling. I had the verse already in my head, and I just started spilling, like, and it just flowed so perfectly, you know, like, and yeah, that's how that song came about. Like, that shit was just a perfect match. Sometimes, like, sometimes that happens in the studio. Like, you know, you play a beat, and you might have some balls ready to go. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But with this particular track, for some reason, that shit was perfect. It was a perfect just match. Right then and there, like, we went in the booth, laid the shit down. And like I said, that's probably the deepest track on that album. Like, it's just basically me talking about just being lost. Like, you know, the mentality. Like, not literal, but then, you know, having that lost mentality. Like, you know, and that's just talking about real life shit. So, yeah, no comment. The song was deep.
Deep regret for all the dirt I done did. For sure, I know that karma got me on the list. My thoughts mirror my surroundings, lost niggas. I'm just a milk carton kid. Pray for me, my mama crying in the crib. The odds against me, this world ain't shit. No direction, my reflection, lost niggas.